Quick video today, this thing rocks, I love it. A couple things about bows. Number one, the exotics do well, very well. I've used them and seen multiple people use them all the way up into GM content. Tiku, Wishender, Monarch, sometimes Trinity Ghoul. They're very good. But the second thing about bows, the lightweight archetype, by far the weakest. Sometimes they come up here and there, like the Trials Whistler's Whim. Technically, that's the best lightweight, but you don't see it. There's a reason for that. But that brings us to Tyranny of Heaven 2.0. And I don't want to keep you too long, but there is one main thing I want to talk about. I got this roll during the first Last Wish farm as a random roll. Saw what it was, thought, oh, well, that's really interesting. And I quickly put 500 kills on it while we were doing the farm. This is the first ever Dragonfly incandescent weapon. And of course, I'm talking about PvE here. I would stay away from this thing in the Crucible. But various content, I'm going to start off general play like altars here on the moon. I have the base version. If you do get red borders, I believe that this thing is worth a craft. Because enhanced incandescence where it's at, that's where the most work is put in. And when I get the borders, it's the only thing I'm going for. Because you're pairing it with the solar subclass, I'm on Caliban Gunslinger. We can add in some of the new fragments with some of the old. Some things that we've known. Because with the bow, final blows are spreading Scorch. A headshot is a Dragonfly Scorch. And when you break it down, when I started looking at it, the combo is needed on a lightweight. And if the combo ever gets on a harder hitting archetype of bow, it will be a must have. This one's very close. And remember with Scorch, you just keep slaying, more groups come in, you can cause an ignition, a lot of chaos. But everything about the solar sub just gels with this bow so well. Of course, things like spreading more Scorch stacks, ignition spreading Scorch, ignition's having a greater AoE. But then we have Searing. Defeating Scorch targets grants melee energy and creates a fire sprite. I don't have it on, it's one of the new ones, but you can throw in Mercy there. Picking up a fire sprite grants restoration. And you've been seeing it just deletes waves. So I was like, you know what? Let's kick up the content a little bit, like getting deeper in the deep here. It does just about right. It was still doing what I needed it to do. The best part about the bow, when you start getting into harder content with this combination, like you land a headshot, you're getting Dragonfly, but you're spreading Scorch to nearby enemies. The Dragonfly damage can get them low enough to burn them out at that point. So it needs that big Dragonfly burst damage and then burn them out. But then I started getting into like the 1840 Lost Sector. This particular Lost Sector wasn't ideal. I was 1816, so severely underleveled. I got it done, but the frame started to show. The Lost Sector is very close quarters, so if I was at a distance, I don't think that it would be this bad, but on Orange Bar, the higher tier Acolytes, it just took an eternity to take them down. Not bad, but definitely not great. But the power here with that combination is that even in this harder Lost Sector, harder content, you do land that headshot final blow to spread. It gets a lot easier from there. Fortunately, it's a primary weapon, infinite ammo. You can be at a distance. Again, this Lost Sector, not the best to go try this out in, but the seasonal stuff, the general stuff, this thing mows, and it's just very fun to use. And I wanted you to be aware of it. If it's not your thing, that's cool, but it's very different. It brings something very unique to the table. For the craft, these things do need accuracy. They need it. So the craft would be, what I'm gonna do is polymer string, straight fletching, accuracy masterwork, it gets it to 61 accuracy, 540 draw time, enhanced incandescent, and then you can do enhanced dragonfly that adds +5 reload, but not necessary. The main thing is the enhanced incandescent, high accuracy. And this is the last thing I need from Last Wish. And it's crazy to think that it's actually one of the things that I want most, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. I've had a lot of fun with this thing, and I think that you will too. So be looking for it. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about Tyranny of Heaven down below. If you have this combination, tell the others about it. What do you think? Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.